All right, good evening. Welcome to Valhalla High School, home of the Norsemen. We're starting this game a little later than usual, a little technical difficulty. We'd had about a month off since our last game, so we're just getting the rust off right now. So thank you for tuning in tonight. With 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, your Norsemen, Lady Norsemen, have tied up with the Helix Highlanders 4-4 in the first quarter. We've seen hot shooting so far. Valhalla is 2 for 3 from the field right now, and I think Helix has just missed one shot as well. That's a three-pointer by Mary Charles, her first of the night. And that is good. And your Norsemen are up 7-4. And right there, right back at you, comes the Highlanders. And that was number 1, Krista Pomele, with a good three-pointer. 7-7, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this opening quarter of basketball between the Highlanders, and that shot is no good. It's by number 4. Nice attempt at a passer, but that's going to be a turnover. Going to be a Helix ball again. It's 7-7, as I said, leading the field for Valhalla tonight. Appears to be Mary Charles leading the way with, she appears to be all seven points for the Norsemen thus far. Nice shot there by number 20, Layla Cunningham. Her first bucket of the evening. Her second bucket of the evening. She has 4 of the 9 points for the Highlanders, and there's another turnover. Interesting matchup here tonight. Helix, really over the years, last decade or so, has had a real tough women's girls basketball program, and they won CIF a few years back. But basically starting anew the last couple of years. And actually, according to East County Sports, they're picked to finish 4th in the Grossmont Hills, just ahead of the hosting Norsemen here tonight. So kind of not only is this the opening night of league basketball for both these teams, but two teams that are supposed to do fairly similarly in terms of wins and losses in the league. Right now, Helix in that 1-3-1 defensive set, trying to shut down the Norsemen. A little penetration there by Charles. Nice job there by Singer of the Highlanders, and she's able to get the ball out to number 1, Krista Pomele of the Highlanders. Swings the ball around for the Highlanders. Once again, trying to make that penetration. That's a nice, tough move. That's a missed shot by number 4. Kalasho drive to the basket, and like she does so well, she's one of the best guards around in the Grossmont League in terms of being able to take on pressure and drive to the basket. Not necessarily the tallest basketball player out there, but definitely one of the with the biggest heart and greatest effort over the years here for the Norsemen. This is their senior year, finishing out her time here with Valhalla, hopefully trying to get a few more wins than they had the past couple years. Charles' shot is up and good. Banks that one off the friendly home glass, and your Norsemen are up by 2 points with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Nice steal there by the Norsemen, and here they come, a little 3-2 advantage. Kick out to Kalasho, back inside. That shot's gonna be up and no good. Rebound by Singer. That was Tiana Silver on the missed shot. And that was Pomele, I believe, with the layup on the return side. And it looks like the Helix Highlanders are gonna bring a little bit of half-court pressure here. And they broke that press nicely. Now a nice attack by the Norsemen. That's a missed basket. All right, a couple misses there by the Norsemen. Good effort there by Tiana Silver. Tiana Silver, just a freshman, but already making huge waves for the Norsemen. Last week, or earlier this week, they in a victory over Santana, a very rare win for Valhalla's girls program over the years over Santana. In the closing seconds, she knocked down not 1, but 2 free throws to seal the win for the Norsemen. Quite an impressive feat for just a freshman at this early part of her high school career. She also inbounds the ball. A lot of new faces on this team, but there's an old face. Kalasha for three from the corner is no good. Krieger Phillips going to be playing inside for the Norsemen tonight as they set up their defense in the half-court set. Number 22 left all alone, unable to bring that down. That's Fiva Pulu. And Kalasha tries to answer on the other end. That's a missed basket. Shot up and good by Krieger Phillip, rather. And the Norsemen extend that lead 13-11. We're 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The errant layup picked up by Krieger Phillip up to Charles, and Charles unable to get that layup to fall. Nice dish off, and that's going to draw a foul. Foul's going to be on Kalasha, her first. And that first basket for number 3, Chanel Ward, is good. And that's going to tighten that lead to 13-12. 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Grossmont Hills League action opener here at the Thunderdome. And that second one is good, and we're all knotted up at 13. Able to break that half-court pressure. And Valhalla's going to get that ball back off the turnover off the side. 12 seconds left to go. Just under 10 seconds left to play. See if Valhalla is able to get a shot off. 1-2-2 defense, it looks like, for the Highlanders. The shot is no good. We're going to draw a quick foul there, a real costly foul for the Highlanders. Only 1 second left to go. And it looks like we're going to be shooting free throws to end this one. It's going to be Tiana Silver to the line to shoot 2. Silver's first free throw is good. And the second one's going to be off the rim, and that's the end of your first quarter. Valhalla Norsemen 14, Helix 13. We'll be right back for second quarter action. All right, just to get you caught up for scoring for both these teams after the first quarter. A little difficult to do with some of the technical difficulties that we had getting started here tonight. But right now I can tell you Mary Charles for the Norsemen, I believe, has 9 points. 9 of those 14 points for Mary Charles in that first quarter. That's quite a nice quarter for her starting off tonight. She's just a freshman. A lot of freshmen out there for the Lady Norsemen here tonight. And I believe keeping the pace for Helix in that first quarter was Hancock with 4 points. And we will keep you up to date on those scores as we start the second quarter. 14-13. Valhalla enjoying a 1-point lead over the visiting Highlanders. Nice steal there by Charles. And unfortunately, she's unable to keep the ball in play. Helix will get another crack at it, reset that shot clock, and we'll be right back to action here. And we're going to get a timeout by Helix. Coach from Helix evidently didn't like what he saw, and he's going to call a timeout and talk it over with his team. So, coming up after this basketball game, we got a lot of exciting things for you to watch. We got a boys game Also, league opener for the boys here tonight. And if you're really excited about Orange Nation TV, by the way, it's good to be back. Good to be back in front of our audience at home and all those that will be watching this on demand later. On Thursday, coming up this Thursday, we will be live Valhalla Norseman wrestling program taking on Steel Canyon right here in the Thunderdome, which should be one of the big duels of the year for both programs, and we'll see how that goes. All right, we're underway in the second quarter. Nice drive there by Hancock. It is no good. Good hard fight for the rebound there. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be in favor of the Norsemen here. Lau Lasau is the head coach for the Norsemen. It's his first year here. He had been the head coach at several different places. One of the ones I remember last is at Madison, where he had success. Of course, his daughters were quite the athletes at Helix not so long ago. I was the girls' basketball coach back when they played, and was on the losing end many a night to their athleticism. So it's good to have the LaSalle's here at Valhalla doing an excellent job. Valhalla comes in tonight at 5-8. 5-8 for some programs. You know, you look at 5-8, 5 wins, 8 losses, but that's a heck of a start for a program that's struggled to win over the years. And they're off to a great start. Colossio's three-pointer is no good. Nice rebound there by Charles. That's one thing that Valhalla seems to be doing well early. Singer, nice rejection there of Krieger Phillips' attempt at a shot. On the other hand, Helix comes in here with a rather robust 9-3 record. And that three-pointer is good. That is Krista Pomele. And that is her second three of the evening. Valhalla trying to get things going fast and can't quite get it done in transition. That's another turnover. 16-14. Helix on top with 6:36 left to go in the second quarter. Hancock's shot is no good. Rebound by Helix. We're going to get a travel call on number 3, Chanel Ward. So like I said before, both these teams predicted to finish fairly close to each other in the Grossmont Hills. Grossmont Hills is going to be an interesting league to see how it unfolds. Granite Hills is the favorite. They won it last year. Of course, West Hills is always going to be one of the, at least in the equation, with their nice run over the last few years and a lot of talent over at West Hills. Shot is up, and it's just rims out, unfriendly. Away baskets there for number 1, Krista Pomele. Silver's drive is no good. Basket's no good. Here comes Helix. That three by number 20 is no good. Layla Cunningham, another missed three. A lot of three attempts so far in this game. Both teams playing zone. So far, no reason to really get out of zone if they're not going to hit the three. Silver's layup, no good. Fight for a basket. Charles takes that rebound and cashes it in for the Norsemen, and we're all tied up with 5:15 left to go in the second quarter. I believe that's the 11th point for Mary Charles of the night. We'll check at halftime to see if I'm correct, but we're pretty close to her having about 11 of those 16 points. Not bad for the freshman. Playing physical basketball underneath to get that rebound and put it back up.
And most of the team is freshmen. We talked to Candace Colasso and Charlotte Trieger earlier this week. That we'll show that video to you soon. And they said that they're trying, their main goal, being the only returning players, is to get these freshmen used to playing basketball and in the future have a good Valhalla girls basketball program.
Yeah, it's very difficult to play varsity basketball as a freshman. It's hard to walk in off the court. That three attempt is going to be no good. Another missed three opportunity for Helix. Krieger Phillip with a nice rebound out to Charles. Got 2-on-1, back to number 11. That shot is going to be rejected. It was a good attempt there by number 11 on the fast break. That's Molly Lindsay, yet another freshman. Good attempt there by her to try to cash that in. The voice that you heard alongside is our good longtime producer, Ode Youssef, and we're going to talk to him here in a second. It looks like Valhalla calls timeout here. They're going to get a full timeout, take a seat, drink some water with 4:44 left to go in the second quarter. So, O'Day, tell us a little bit more of your insight about Valhalla girls basketball this year.
Well, we came out here and wanted to do some sort of preview, and we talked to the coach, and Candace and Shiloh were the only returning players, and they both said and had equal thoughts on it that their goals, other than to practice hard and win games, is to help these freshmen so they can improve and create a better program in the future. They also said they need to work hard and maintain good spirits, especially seniors and freshmen on the same team. Something you don't see that often, and something that hopefully it looks like it's benefiting.
Absolutely. Of course, Candace Colascio is last year of a pretty good career here at Valhalla. I believe all 4 years she was a varsity player. And unfortunately for Candace, I believe she had 4 different coaches all 4 years she's been here. And so that's never a positive. I remember watching Candace play when she played for the Hillsdale Huskies club team. Always has a really, like I said before, a real great energy for this game and really a high basketball IQ. And it's unfortunate she hasn't been able to play and been in a more stable environment during her time. But that being said, I think she could still have an outstanding senior year. Krieger Phillips' shot, turnaround jumper is no good. Another tough rebound there, but I think they're going to get Mary Charles with a reach-in foul. That'll be her first. That's only the third team foul of the half. So the officials, as we say, are letting them play, although with both teams playing zone, there's not necessarily a lot of hacking going on. It's a pretty well played game thus far for this early in the year. 2 pretty young inexperienced players. That drive by number 4, Shira Hancock, no good. And we're still tied up at 16-16 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first half of Grossmont Hills action. Once again, Helix kind of playing kind of a sagging man at this point. Looks like Colacio's shot from way downtown, no good. Nice rebound there by number 3, Bianca Georges. And that shot is no good. Bianca again on the rebound, kicks it back out. Nice reverse pass to Charles, and she can't get the 3 to go, but looks like Charles is going to get her own rebound, put it back up, no good. And I'll tell you what, there's about 3-4 rebounds through about 5-6 opportunities for a bucket there by Valhalla. And they failed to score, but they are getting some good offensive rebounds there. Quite impressive there in that little run. Too bad they could not find 2 points to go with their efforts. Drive and a miss seems to be the theme tonight for both teams. Ball's out of bounds. Is going to Helix will inbound underneath their basket. We get some substitutions. It looks like number 3, Chanel Ward, is back in for Helix. Ball and man defense there. Looks like they're playing good. Nice job with Charles coming over for the steal. She's going to cash that layup in. 18-16, your Lady Norseman on top of Helix early. Under 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first half of basketball here. Nice job by the freshman Charles. Good drive there by number 1, Krista Pomele, and that's going to be no good, but looks like Valhalla's going to get charged with a foul. And I think that was on Krieger Phillip. It's hard to see from this angle. We are going to have Singer to the line for 2 free throws. I believe that was Krieger Phillip, although it's not indicating on the scoreboard. So maybe that was on Silver. It looks like maybe that was on Silver, and that was her first foul of the evening. Singer's first basket of the free throw of the evening is no good. Silver bringing the ball down for Valhalla. Nice steal there by number 20. And Layla Cunningham, nice layup and steal of her own, and Helix takes the lead 19-18. Rebound there by Singer. She used her strength to maintain that rebound. A couple Norsemen wanted that ball back. Unsuccessful. We have another scramble for the ball. We'll get a jump ball, and Helix will retain possession. And looks like we may have some sort of foul after the jump ball, it looks like. There seems to be an awful lot of pointing going on right now, and I'm not sure exactly who the guilty parties are. Not being by the scorer's bench, we don't often get the explanation. We're going to have a technical foul, it appears. I believe against number 3, possibly. For Helix, number 3, Chanel Ward, I believe, picks up a technical foul. Candace Colascio will go to the line to shoot free throws. Colascio, I believe, has been scoreless this first quarter. She misses her first free throw. And second one is also not good. Helix maintains the lead, 19-18. Valhalla will have the ball off the side. Singer with the errant, catches the errant shot there. A little bit of pressure on the full court on the press, and that's going to pay off for the Norsemen. Here comes Colascio, 2-on-1. Colascio keeps it herself, no good on the layup. Good defense there by Helix not to foul. And looks like Helix is, well, they're going to give the ball to Helix. 1:31 left to go in the half. 19-18, the Highlanders on top of Valhalla in this opener of Grossmont Hills action. We encourage you to stay tuned. We're going to get a foul quite a distance from the basket. Coaches never like that. That's going to be on Colascio, I believe, her second foul of the evening. Valhalla doing a pretty good job of stopping the dribble drive that seems like Helix wants to do against their man. Good defense there, good help defense as well. Really nice job by Valhalla. Just could not get the defensive board, but Krieger-Phillip gets that one, and Singer is going to give a foul back at that one. They've been kind of battling all night. Very similar playing styles, and maybe Singer has a little bit on Krieger-Phillip in terms of height, but definitely a battle worth watching tonight. Silver with the drive, Singer with the stop. Charles picks up that loose ball. Valhalla's going to have possession again. We got 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Obviously, that ball came nowhere near the rim. Tried to get that ball into Krieger-Phillip. We're at under 5. Charles' shot for 3 is good. Mary Charles adds another 3 to her impressive point total tonight. 24 seconds left to go in this first half. Valhalla takes a 2-point lead, and they'll take the ball back, and the Norsemen are back at it in the half-court set. They could just sit on this and hold this possession to half if they like, but looks like they may turn that ball over instead. So with 11 seconds left, Norsemen blow a pretty awesome opportunity to at least hold that ball into the half, and looks like Helix will have a chance to either tie or take a lead before half. We are now under 10 seconds left to go in the half. We're going to get another jump ball here, and Valhalla's going to get that ball back with 4 seconds left to go. So no harm, no foul there for Valhalla in terms of giving one more possession to Helix. It did not come back to haunt them. See if Charles can get one more shot, and she cannot, but don't be too disappointed in that. At the half, Norsemen 21, Helix 19, and Mary Charles, the freshman from Valhalla, she has, according to my records, 14 of those 21 points. We'll be right back with all Valhalla action here in just 1 minute.
I'm Abigail Metz.
I'm Tyler Roy.
With our league preview of girls varsity basketball
on Orange Nation TV.
Abigail Metz from Orange Nation TV. I'm here with Candace Cajon. Candace, you're one of our only returning players this year on varsity. How are you going to work to lead this team?
I plan on staying focused and confident, helping the team and whatever goal we reach. Always be there if you have any questions. Be there, just set a good example and be a good leader.
How do you think the season's going so far?
It's going really well. We're having a lot of good practices, practicing hard, well. Looking forward to hopefully winning the season. Should be a good season.
Are you guys working on anything specifically to help improve?
We're doing a lot of conditioning, hopefully like trying to stay in shape, keep up with all the good teams out there. We're excited to face any hard competition that we have.
So what's it like having a new coach this year?
It's been a rocky road for me. I've had 4 new coaches, but we needed it. It's something good new for our team. We're doing a lot better, so I'm actually really excited to see what the season has in store.
What are you most looking forward to this season?
Just enjoying my senior year, playing together, winning some games, and just having a good time.
Our biggest rivalry is going to be this year.
I hope this is Granite. Granite's always been a big competition of ours, just because of the old school rivalry, but they're a good team, and we're looking forward to playing them. It'll be a good competition.
For being here.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Make sure to watch Orange Nation TV for this season's basketball games.
You're watching Orange Nation TV.
John Todd wide open. Number 4 not going to be brought down. John Todd's going to walk it into the end zone. And this good God. So good. Everybody ready? Follow me. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Sing it now. Get up off of that thing and shake the juice. Feel better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Get up off of that thing. All right, hopefully you are still with us after that exciting first half of action. If you're just tuning in tonight, just going over to our Play on Sports channel, you know it's 21-19. Valhalla is up front in this opener of Grossmont Hills action. We'll go over to the scores for your Norsemen first. Candice Colascio, the senior guard, had 2 points in the first half. Tiana Silver, the freshman, the hero from the Santana game, had 1 point rather. Shyla Krieger-Phillip had 2. Mary Charles, the freshman, number 21 for Valhalla, led all scorers with 16 points in the first half. Quite an impressive first half for the freshman. For Helix, Shira Hancock had 4 points. Krista Pamele had 8. Chanel Ward had 2. Layla Cunningham had 4. And Haley Singer rounded out the scoring with 1 point. So good distribution of points there for both teams to some degree, but obviously Mary Charles stealing the show, just a freshman in the first part of this game. So we're going to start third quarter action here in a little bit. If you're at home, you want to come over, obviously it'd be worth getting in the car and over and see the second half, but if not, we hope that you'll stay tuned. Stay here right here with Orange Nation TV, continuing to watch this game at home. Tonight, producing tonight's action is Ode Youssef. We got Joseph on the camera, and we got a whole host of other Orange Nation TV people. As we said, after this game, we'll have the boys' game. Next week, we're going to have wrestling. So we're bringing a lot of things to you this early part of 2013. The foul's going to go on Valhalla, I believe. That foul, it's hard to see who is on. Now, Layla Cunningham will go to the line here, start out the second quarter. And she gets that first free throw. Pulls within a point. And her second one is good as well. 6 total points for Layla Cunningham in the game tonight for Helix. And I believe that foul they called against Tiana Silver, and that would have been her second of the night. First team foul of the half for Valhalla. Pass into Krieger-Phillip. No go there. He had 2 people on her. Silver looking to drive the baseline. Helix gets that one stopped pretty easily there. She goes the other direction. Can't get that one to fall. Helix is going to come up with the rebound. Got a battle for the ball, but I think we're going to get another foul. Unfortunately, I think it could be on Silver again. And if that is the case, that will be her 3rd foul of the evening. Just looking for an indication there, and I do think that is going to be on Silver. That is her 3rd foul of the evening. And in for Silver, now in foul trouble, is Mackenzie Castro. Mackenzie Castro is a junior, number 23. Helix gets the ball in bounds. Valhalla electing to go full court. And Helix having really no trouble with the full court pressure tonight, full court man. But Valhalla definitely making him work for it. Nice drive there by number 20. She's going to draw the foul. That was Layla Cunningham. She's going to go back to the free throw line, it looks like, off the drive. I doubt that. I mean, I don't know if it is going to be a shooting foul for sure. And that foul was on number 11, her first for Valhalla. That is Molly Lindsay, picks up her first foul. That's the 3rd team foul in less than a minute in this first quarter. Cunningham's first free throw rather, is no good. Cunningham with 6 points so far tonight. Looking to add to that, 8 points tonight. And she will add another one. That's 9 total points for Cunningham so far here in this game. Helix takes their first lead in quite some time, definitely the first lead of the half, probably going back to early in the second quarter when they last led. Charles forced pass into Krieger-Phillip, not good. I think number 4 for Helix is going to pick up a foul. That's Shira Hancock, and that's going to be, I believe, her first foul of the evening. A little bit of contact. Not a shooting foul. Long inbound out to Castro. Castro tries to get the ball back in and tries to get the ball back. That'll be a turnover. Helix will get that ball back. 6:46 left to go in the third quarter. Hopefully at halftime you enjoyed that preview of Valhalla girls basketball. We'll definitely get a preview of boys basketball here in the next week or so. Cunningham's drive is no good. Singer with the rebound and the putback. That also is no good. We're going to have a battle under the basket and a couple players out of position, and only a foul is going to be called there. I bet that's going to be against Bianca Georges, which that'll be her first. Not a shooting foul. Helix will get the ball in bounds. That's a fourth team foul. That could really come into play as this game unfolds. Looks like Helix could be shooting free throws fairly early if this keeps up. And as I mentioned that, we get another foul. This one's going to be on Mary Charles, and I believe that will be her second foul of the evening. And it looks like Rashandra Dyke is going to go to the line. Her first attempt from the free throw line tonight, and that is good. And she extends Helix's lead by 2. Dyke's second basket is no good. Charles with the rebound, and here come the Lady Norsemen, trailing by 2 points. Cunningham, nice easy steal for her. Cannot cash it in on the layup. So Valhalla is no worse for wear. And Helix will turn that ball right back to Valhalla. Looks like Candice Colascio is going to come back into the game for the Norsemen. That'll give them some ball security, I believe. Much needed. Valhalla has had some pretty, kind of a little bit of the turnover bug the last few possessions. Helix electing to put a little full court pressure on Colascio. Don't want to get her ahead of steam. She can definitely hurt you. Mary Charles gets the ball. Looking to drive to add to that point total. She's not going to get that one to fall. Cunningham, nice rebound there. Another drive by Cunningham. She's going to draw the foul. She's going to also be able to shoot 2. That foul is going to be on Bianca Georges, her second. The fifth team foul for Valhalla. Cunningham to the line, and it's not too hard to figure out what Cunningham's aspirations are when she has the ball, and that is to drive. And she's been fairly effective in drawing fouls, so even though she hasn't been able to score a ton of points, she's been able to draw quite a few fouls so far. Her first free throw is no good. So Valhalla basically dodges another Helix bullet there in terms of keeping this lead to just 2. And that one is no good. Krieger Phillip with the rebound. We're going to get a timeout. Coach LaSalle from Valhalla wants to talk it over. 5:50 left to go in the third quarter. Valhalla trails by 2. Looking to score for the first time in the half. So, Ode, what are your thoughts on the game so far, or anything coming up here at Valhalla that you want to tell the listening folks at home about?
Well, in terms of the in terms of the game, you know, the Norsemen for a fairly freshman team have been playing very good ball. They're down by 2, but they have led in this game by as much as 4, I believe, and they're keeping Helix moving. Something that you wouldn't think of, but definitely with this many freshmen on the team, it's just excellent surprise.
All right, looks like we're going to get another foul. Ode, I didn't see that. What occurred there? Was that just maybe a little contact before? So Helix will get the ball here. Quick turnover after the timeout there. And you can hear the cheerleaders trying to get this crowd going. A little bit of a crowd here on a Friday night. Always fun to be back here in the Thunderdome on a Friday night. Doubleheader, Grossmont Hills. I don't know if there's much better time of the year than doubleheaders on a Friday here in the Thunderdome. Always a lot of fun, and both programs on the rise, so good for you to come out. Krieger Phillips going to draw a foul. I believe that's going to be on Singer. That's going to be Haley Singer's second foul of the evening. That's the first team foul of the half against Helix. They've done a second team foul of the half for Helix. Still doing pretty well, though, and staying out of foul trouble. And let's see if Krieger Phillips can cut into this lead. Greiger Phillip with just 2 points this game. That's a pretty quiet night for her. Definitely being a junior. Obviously, she's just a junior, but she's had a couple years of varsity experience. So, obviously, on this young team, she's a hardened veteran, with the years that she's played. And her second free throw is no good. Rebound by number 14, Rashandra Dyke, rather. And we're going to get a pretty cheap foul there by Charles. And she definitely, that's her 3rd foul. That's the 7th team foul. And why that foul is even less desirable is you're a long distance from the basket. And now you're going to get to shoot 1-and-1, and your Helix is going to be shooting free throws pretty much for the rest of the game for sure. And that's a huge advantage for Helix at this juncture in the game. That basket is no good on the 1-and-1, and Valhalla is going to have possession. Here in a little bit, we're going to be talking to Coach Keith Jackson. We're going to get a preview of tonight's game. Obviously with Helix opening up league play, 2 teams that could very easily win league. Nice rebound over the back a little bit by Greiger Phillip, but she's got the height advantage, and she's going to get her 2nd bucket of the night. And Valhalla's tied it all up even after the disastrous first few minutes of the second half. They are still right in it. Nice pass down below, but she's going to have a travel there. 4:46 left to go. We're going to welcome Coach Jackson in to this. And so right now, Coach, you're live. I'm just going to periodically call out a name if I see a score. And I'm also going to be asking you questions. Pass into Greiger Phillip. No good. Nice defense there by Helix, and they're going to be coming the other way. So, Coach, opener tonight. What are your initial thoughts facing Helix here at home?
Well, I think our guys have been kind of waiting all week. We haven't played since last Friday. We've had some good practices Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get ready. I think for us, anytime we play Helix is a big game for us. They're very aggressive. They deny the passing lanes. They rebound very well. And we've trying to get some success against them this year. And I think last year we lost a buzzer beater at their place. And we'd like to, kind of get back on the right foot, especially being the first game of league. It's always nice to win that first one coming out and kind of get things going in the right direction.
According to East County Sports, the authority in all sports in East County, they picked Helix to win league. I believe they're the favorite. What do you think their rationale is behind that? What does Helix bring to the table that's maybe a little better than everybody else?
Well, Helix has probably one of the top returning guards in our league coming back, and Titus Young. He's been with them for 3 years, started for 3 years. So I think that gives them a heads up. Plus, I think just previous years of their experience and what they've done, I think right now they've got to be the favorite coming in. But then you never know. I would have thought that too, but then they had a tough loss on Wednesday night to Oklahoma Valley. So I don't know if that was getting ready for league, maybe just a little bit of a hiccup on the way to the first game of league. But I'm sure they'll be ready to play. Their coach always has them ready to play. They play hard and very team-oriented. So it'll be a good game for us. It'll be a good test for us.
And the coach in question is John Singer, who's been there for, 30 years. I don't know.
I think
I may be exaggerating that a little bit, but he's been there quite a long time, and as Coach Jackson pointed out, a lot of success. Well, Helix is just one game, and from what I've heard, Grossmont Hills is pretty much wide open, as Cunningham shoots one from wide open lands of the Thunderdome. But
almost the locker room there, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. A nice rebound there by Greiger Phillip. She's going to get locked up with Singer. This has been quite a battle tonight between those two tough girls inside. But back to what I was saying is, from what I've heard, really the league is pretty much wide open this year. Where do you guys see yourselves?
I would have to agree. I think that we're one of those teams that I think if we stay healthy and we start playing our best basketball right now, I think we can be right up at the top of the league. We've been fighting through some injuries. Early on, we had a couple injury to Kevin Mills for a couple games to start the season, and then Spencer got injured. Haver got injured on first game in Vegas last week, and didn't play the last three.
Coach, Rashandra Dyke's layup there puts Helix back on top by 2. Sorry, Coach, go ahead.
No problem. I think that's kind of the question mark with us. I like that our league is so full of parity. You look at some leagues around the county where they have one team that runs the table at 10-0, and it's kind of everybody else next to them. I think our league, anybody could play with anybody on any given night, and I think it was like that last year also. We had a lot of parity last season in our league, and we had I think Grossmont played for the league title, and their Grand Hills' one win in league was against Grossmont. So, I mean, the team that had one win ended up being a team that played for the league title. So, I like that. I think that's a good thing for us, especially this year. And it's been like that. I think the last 2 years we've really had kind of a open league where a lot of teams can beat any other team on any given night.
Free throw shooting woes continue for the Norsemen. That could really be a factor down the stretch. And obviously, Coach, that's always a big deal in any game. But so back to talking about just Grossmont Hills going forward. Obviously, you guys have just about as much chance as anybody else. Who are your go-to guys? Every year you seem to have a couple go-to guys. Who are your go-to guys this year?
Well, this year, Spencer's been with us since his sophomore year when he moved over here from Steel Canyon. And he's really kind of come into that role as kind of our leader, defensive guy. He's also our leading rebounder. He's averaging almost 12 rebounds a game, which is most we've had anybody averaging here since I've been here. And he's really, he's grown a lot since last year, so he's really kind of come into his own as a rebounder for us, and that's been really good. I depend a lot on a couple wings, Andrew Lazoya and David Gazelle. Both of them have been on varsity for a year, Andrew too. And those are guys that really can get it heated up. They run the wings for us. We look to get them open in transition. We look to get them the open looks. They're really tough when they can start knocking those shots on. They really can help us win games. Kevin Mills has been great for us this year, getting to the bucket, playing good defense. He's really starting to be confident in his shot, which helps too, and that's been really great. And then, inside, we kind of use a inside by committee. We have a few guys that will play that 5 spot for us, and there'll be times we'll have Spencer playing down at the 5 spot, just because we try to keep, we have that actually gives us a lot of matchup issues with other teams because, they don't have usually a 5 that can cover him, and we've actually exploited that a few times. But I think those guys, and then a couple guys off the bench. Jacob Hammett, as a sophomore, has really shown some glimpses. Played pretty well for us up in Vegas. Got a couple games where he had 4 assists, no turnovers. We're just looking for him to be a little more aggressive, and then Jordan Kazar is another one that we're really looking for him. He's an inside-out guy, can play down low for us, and he can also step out and handle the ball and shoot the ball very well.
Layla Cunningham with the layup, and Helix extends their lead by 4.
Ooh. All right, we're shooting 2. I thought that was good.
I think that's going to be on Singer, obviously. I think that's going to be her 3rd foul of the night. And really, Valhalla struggled from the free throw line. It's good to be there. You want all those opportunities, but it's been a little bit of a rough night from the free throw stripe for the ladies in orange and white.
What are they shooting right now?
I wish I could tell you. I think it's a whole lot of nothing. Just a couple. There's one that didn't go in there, but it just, it's one of those things that could be a real factor. So, Coach Jackson, what would you tell the fans? Why should they come out and watch Valhalla? We're going to talk to you every week when we have a home game, but what would you tell them about next week with Rancho Bernardo and those teams coming in here that we're going to also be covering here on Orange Nation TV?
Well, next week we have 3 games. First 2 are at home, and then we go to Steel Canyon on Friday. Rancho Bernardo, we actually scrimmaged this year. They got a couple guys who can score. They shoot the ball well. They run their stuff very well. They're very deliberate and good at what they do. They played a very tough schedule early on, so their record's not as indicative of how good of a team I think they are, because they played a lot of teams close. Should be a good matchup, especially in Division II, especially when you're talking playoffs. It's good to get wins against teams in your division. The other one, West Hills, if you were at the games last year, West Hills games, both games went to overtime. One of them went to double overtime. Two of the probably the best high school games I've ever been a part of. Most exciting ones. It was pretty nice. So we get to play them again starting here on Tuesday. Kind of stinks we don't get to play them on Friday nights this year, because we had some really nice Friday night games with them last year with the crowds. But we've got to we'll take what we can and come in Tuesday, and then going to Steel Canyon. I don't know what you can say. That's one of those games where the guys kind of know what it's about. They know those kids over there, and it's kind of evolving more since when I started. There's going to be more of those kids that have grown up, and it's when I first started, it wasn't as big. I think now it's getting a little bit bigger, especially with a lot of the youth programs that have been run around here for the last 7-8 years. So so I look forward. Next week's a big week for us. Big week in our division. Both those teams are also in Division II, and when you go to the CIF meetings and they try to debate stuff, it always looks good if you can have wins in your division. Well, especially,
And I'm sure Rancho Bernardo is probably looking for a little payback after what happened in the playoffs, although they only did have 1 win going into football playoffs this year, but definitely handled by Valhalla to the tune of quite a lot to very little.
Yes, I do remember that, Mr. Owens.
Well, Coach Jackson, we're going to be talking to you every week, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and thank you so much as you enter yet another great, promising Grossmont Hills season.
And I want to thank you also. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. All right, thanks for that great interview from Coach Jackson. It's 29-26 right now. Helix enjoying a 3-point lead. And we're going to get another foul pretty far away from the basket for Charles. That's going to be her 4th foul. That's got to hurt. Charles obviously with a huge night tonight so far, although she's been a little quiet here in the second half. She had 16 points in the first half, and now she has 4 fouls. Helix by 3. They're going to be shooting free throws for the rest of the night, which could come into play a big factor. Good scoring in the first half, but the second half has been a huge drought for both teams, really. But add that little bit to the lead. There goes Cunningham, who's had another nice second half to match her first half. That's her 6th point of the second half, matching her 4 for the first half. 26-30, 1:18 left to go in the third quarter of tonight's Grossmont Hills action opener. It's been a back and forth affair. Both teams struggling to assert themselves. Probably one of the biggest leads of the night right now is the one that's held by Helix with 4 points. That's going to be another turnover for Helix. Valhalla's going to get that ball back with just a little under a minute left to go. As we're talking with Coach Jackson, a lot of games to be had here on Orange Nation TV in the coming weeks. We got just tonight's game, the girls' game that you're currently enjoying, and we got the boys' game coming up next. Good, hard-fought battle there by Valhalla there on the ground with 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Charles is going to shoot one up for 3, and this one could not fall. Silver's going to nice rebound there and nice powerful put back there, and she's going to go to the free throw line.
And that's something that the Norsemen have been doing really good today, rebounding, bringing the ball, drawing the jump ball, and you know, a lot of times going back up and scoring. And something that, you know, that's going to help them definitely in the future and has in this game to some extent.
Silver's first free throw is good. That foul was on Bella Lemieux, and that is her second. That is the 7th team foul. So now Valhalla also will be shooting free throws for the rest of the evening. And Silver's second one is good. So Silver brings her total points to 3 for the evening. Valhalla back by 2, 20 seconds left to go. But as I was saying, next week, Monday and Tuesday, Valhalla Orange Nation TV will be covering boys action between Rancho Bernardo. We'll be covering Rancho Bernardo next week and West Hills. I think that's what we were talking about.
I'll check.
And then Thursday, of course, we got our wrestling duel, our one of the season, and that will be against Steel Canyon. Helix is going to get this ball back, 11 seconds left to go in the half, up 2. See if they can add to that lead before the end of this half. Nice drive and shoot by number 1, and she's going to get that to go. Krista Pomele on the basket. All right. That's the end of the third quarter. Valhalla trailing by 4, 32-28. We'll be right back.
So we're back here with Orange Nation Basketball. This is Ode Yusuf, your producer for today, and just wanted to give you guys the rundown schedule of the coming week, see what you guys can look forward to. January 14th, we'll be covering the boys basketball game versus Rancho Bernardo. That's going to be an exciting game. As well, the very next day, January 15th, we're going to be showing you the boys West Hills game, also home. It's going to be an exciting game. And then that same week, on January 17th, we're going to be covering wrestling against Steel here in the Thunderdome. Definitely a matchup to look forward to wrestling-wise, and hopefully we can bring you other wrestling matches in the near future. But for now, Steel, a competitor of sorts. It's going to be an exciting match, and we're going to get back to the game now, the start of the fourth quarter.
All right, we're going into the fourth quarter. Valhalla trailing by 4 points. Two teams that are destined, at least according to East County Sports, to be neck and neck in the towards the middle to the bottom of the league this year. Helix predicted to finish fourth. Valhalla predicted to finish fifth out of 6 teams. Cunningham's cannot get it to go. Cunningham's shot is missed. Good effort there underneath, but by Silver. And Valhalla is going to get to retain possession there. But as East County Sports predicted, these teams would be fairly close. So far, we've definitely seen that. Charles' drive cannot get it to go. Obviously, she had a very successful first half, scoring 16 in the first half. So far, this second half, she has one. Actually, I believe she's been held scoreless in the second half. And that's really been a big factor for Valhalla's lack of scoring in general. Charles' three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by Pomele. Cunningham's shot is good. Cunningham definitely asserting herself as the leading scoring threat for Helix. Silver drives and once again just a little bit short for Valhalla. Krieger Phillips is going to get the foul over the back. Pretty obvious call there. She's going to pick up another foul here. And Singer's going to get to shoot 2. Got to walk down to the other basket though for that to occur. That's actually Krieger Phillips' first foul of the evening. A couple of Valhalla North men in foul trouble. Mary Charles has 4. Tiana Silver has 3 fouls. Kalasho and Georges each have a pair. And Molly Lindsay has just 1, and that was Krieger Phillips' first foul. I thought she had a few more, but that's actually her first foul, which is good. She's definitely a contributor to this team as a junior. She's played on varsity several years, so obviously she's a big factor in this. Singer's first free throw is no good. And her second one is good. Singer picks up her second bucket of the night. Helix extends its lead now to 7. This will be the biggest lead for either team tonight. Both teams taking turns leading, but Helix has pretty much owned the second half solidly since trailing at the half. Kalasho from the corner, and her three-pointer is no good. Those offensive rebounds are pretty few and far between at this point. Valhalla not getting a lot of second opportunities in the half-court set. And number 22, Tiana Silver, is going to pick up her 4th foul. And that's we're definitely in the double bonus now easily. And Cunningham's going to go to line for Helix to try to extend this lead with 6 minutes and 17 seconds left to go. And that first one is no good for Cunningham. Does get to go for Cunningham. I believe that I have her down for 15 points, the leading scorer for Helix by a considerable amount. As Silver drives to the basket, no good. Krieger Phillip able to get the errant ball and puts that one up. Krieger Phillip gets another bucket for herself and breaks that scoring drought for Valhalla. 36-30, under 6 minutes left to go. Helix on top. Helix unable to answer. Krieger Phillip, nice rebound there. That foul is going to be the second one for number 3 for Chanel Ward. That first free throw is good by Candice Colascio, and she's going to shoot another one right now. 5:25 left to go. Helix with a 5-point lead. Colascio trying to cut into that lead, and we have another special guest here tonight. We have Coach Bulette, head coach for the Valhalla wrestling program in his second year here at Valhalla, and we're going to have him talk a little bit about wrestling. So what's the team looking like so far as you head into league play?
Right now we're undefeated in league. We got a very, very young team, but they're progressing through the season quite well. We have a lot of first-year wrestlers in our starting lineup, but last night we wrestled West Hills, and we had 5 first-year wrestlers in the lineup, and 4 of them won.
Wow.
So they're progressing really well.
So next week you're going to be taking on Steel Canyon, a duel that we'll have here live on Orange Nation TV. Steel Canyon, are they one of the favorites in league this year, or is it wide open, or what does the league look like in terms of wrestling?
Well, I think right now Steel Canyon and Granite Hills, they have a lot of veterans in their lineup right now. They have a lot more experience than we do on our lineup. And so, it'll be a good experience for our kids. And like I said, our kids are really improving each and every week. In the beginning of the season, we did lose a couple matches that, we've beaten teams now that have since beaten those teams. And so, it's each week we're getting better, and, even after the final exams in our next grading report, we'll get some more tougher kids back.
All right. Well, we can only hope so. If you were to
So do I.
So right now, who are your top 2 or 3 weights? I mean, do you feel comfortable in telling us who some of those
Yeah, we
people you rely
have
on?
a couple juniors right now that are worked really hard in the off season, the kind of kids that last year didn't place at JV tournaments have now been placing at some of the top varsity tournaments in the section. And those are at like 145s with Walt Bailey and Noah Houston at 160s. They just put in the time and effort in the off season to really improve.
That's excellent. I'm sure as a coach that's something that gets you excited about the future.
It does. It kind of snowballs the program when kids see that those kids make such an improvement during the off season. The other kids want to do the same to get the same results.
So this is your second year at Valhalla, and if anybody's ever walked into the Thunderdome and you look up at banners, probably wrestling without a doubt probably has the most hardware in this school's history, probably only next to maybe water polo or something like that.
For
What's
sure.
it like to take over a program that for the last 30 years or so, since this school's been open, has been, at least on the map in terms of being one of the stronger wrestling programs?
It's an honor to do so in the first place, and it's kind of what I've done in the past. I was at Monte Vista for 16 years, and Monte Vista and Valhalla were one of the premier programs in San Diego section. Bill Clotter was the coach that preceded myself at Monte Vista, and he was there for 35 years.
Wow.
Monte Vista won the first state tournament in California, and has won over 25 CIF titles. While we were at Monte Vista, my coaching staff, we won 5 of those.
Wow.
And so it's an honor. It's some pressure, to take over a program like that. In this case here, we're trying to rebuild a program that had a great history and try to restore it to that again.
It's had some leaner years.
Yes,
as of late.
recently,
Absolutely.
yes. Yeah.
Well, I know being here on the staff, I really admire the work you've done with this program so far, and I know just listening to people talk about definitely the spirits are back high and looking to a bright future for Valhalla Wrestling. And we're looking forward to seeing that future play out in reality on Thursday against Steel Canyon. So we wish you the absolute best of luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, back under 4 minutes left to go. Helix is still enjoying a 6-point lead. And Valhalla definitely poised, could get into that. Nice steal there by Charles as I transition from interview to live action. It's a little hard. Nice take to the basket by Charles. No good, but she's going to draw a foul. She's going to go to the line. She's going to shoot 2 here. Now, Mary Charles, I don't know if Helix made some adjustments in terms. It didn't really appear that they played her any different. She hasn't been able to get the shots to fall in the second half. I don't know if it's so much that what Helix has done. That free throw will give Mary Charles, I believe, her first points of the second half, and also cuts into that lead by Helix. And she gets both baskets to go. That brings her total up to 18 of those 34 points. low-scoring affair after it started pretty hot in this gym for both teams. The second half has been a pretty methodical and slow existence in terms of scoring, and Cunningham's basket's no good. We're going to get a jump ball. Good effort on both sides there. You got to love that effort by both girls going in there. Looks like Molly Lindsay, just a freshman there, gave up a few pounds there in that battle, but she was definitely not afraid of the action. And we're starting to get a few more students in the Thunderdome, so picking up volume a little bit, and you may that could be a factor maybe going forward if the student section can propel these Norsemen to victory.
We'll see.
We're going to get a timeout by Coach LaSalle of the Norsemen, and they want to talk things over. 3 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. 38-34. Helix finds himself with a 4-point advantage. A lot of foul trouble on both teams. Just looking over my numbers, looks like Silver and Charles both for Valhalla have 4 team fouls. Singer, I believe, also has 4 fouls inside for Helix. In terms of team fouls, both teams are in the double bonus, so no doubt there will be a lot of free throws to be shot, and you can expect probably a fairly slow pace down the stretch in terms of time. 3 minutes and 21 seconds of game time left, but could be a lot longer in real time with all the potential for free throw shooting down the stretch. And if anything, right now we're seeing how closely matched these two teams are, and good jobs by both coaches. I think they both have young teams, and I think anytime you have young and inexperienced players, it's always a crapshoot of what you're going to get. You don't have a ton of veterans. You don't have a lot of kids that have been there, and in some cases, there's kids on Valhalla's varsity that in some programs would be JV players, and that's not an insult to them, but as a freshman, a lot of kids don't play varsity as freshmen. So a lot of kids are being expected to play up, and from what I've seen, you know what, they're doing a good job, and they seem to play with a lot of heart, which is unfortunately not always common when you have young kids, but they seem to play with a lot of desire, and hopefully that will translate to a lot more wins this year. Colossio's shot from the corner is no good. Singer with the rebound. Cunningham going to look to drive. Molly Lindsay just going to try to keep her out of the paint. Nice kick out to the corner. That one's going to be no good. Good rebound underneath. That shot cannot get to go. By Chanel Ward with the rebound and the putback for no points there for Helix. Candace Colosio going to drive herself and cannot get that one to go. Krieger Phillip with the follow-up. Krieger Phillip lighting up right now. She only had 2 points in the first half, but she's had 7 points already in the second half for a total of 9. And within 2 points are the Lady Norsemen. Dyke drives the baseline, and she's going to draw a foul. She's going to go to the free throw line.
Something we've seen, Mr. Owens, in this game is definitely a lot of fouls by the Norsemen, and hopefully it's a trend that doesn't continue throughout the season, and it's definitely played a factor in terms of free throws and putting points on the board here.
That foul was by Krieger Phillip, her third, and not all fouls are bad, not all fouls are created equal. That one on the baseline close to the basket is, you know, she had a foul to give, and we're already shooting double bonus, so honestly make her earn it. She missed the first free throw, so that foul wasn't bad. It's the fouls that are 40 and 50 feet from the basket on the other opposite side of the gym, you know, out in the parking lot, if you will. Those are the fouls that'll drive coaches nuts and send them into early retirement because that's where you're going to get a lot of the free free throws tonight. Rashonda Dyke's second free throw is good. She adds another point to her point total. Nice basket inside to Shyla Krieger Phillip, and the Norsemen are within 1 with 2 minutes left to go in this Grossmont Hills opener. Dyke's going to shoot from outside the line, and she can't get it to go, and here comes Valhalla with the possession and an opportunity to take this lead. Silver's going to shoot that ball up, and she can't get it to go, but right underneath is Charles. She can't get it to go. Silver can't get it to go. Battle underneath the basket. No foul. That's a good one, because that would have been Charles's 5th foul had she committed that. We're under 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go. 1 point lead for Helix. Very exciting game. It looks like we're going to have an exciting finish Nice drive to the basket, no good. Put back, no good, but they're going to call a foul on number 20, Jessica May, and I believe that's going to be her first foul of the evening. Jessica May, a sophomore. Krista Pomele to the line. She misses her first free throw. Pomele had 8 points in the first half. She's been held scoreless here in the second half. And her second one is no good. So 1 minute 15 left to go. Valhalla down 1 point to Helix. Silver with the ball out to Kalasho. Kalasho looking for some penetration. She's going to get a shot off, and that's no good. Krager Phillips follow-up is good, and your Norsemen take a lead that they have not enjoyed since the first few moments of the second half. 50 seconds left to go, and we have a turnover on top of things. Valhalla, the Lady Norsemen, are going to get the ball back. 54.5 seconds left to go in the game. I'm sorry, they changed their mind. Helix will get that ball back. 54 seconds left to go. 40-39. We're going to get a timeout by Helix. That's pretty exciting basketball. I don't care any way you look at it. So if you're enjoying this game live, guess what? It's going to be available on demand for as many times as you'd like. And we hope you're going to get to see a Valhalla victory here in Grossmont League action.
And Mr. Owens, what surprised me the most about this game is Valhalla come back. They're down. They're up by 1. Excuse me. And with a mostly freshman team, and you were talking about it earlier, and it's something that it really looks good for Valhalla, especially in future years.
Absolutely.
As we talked about in our interview with Candace and Shyla, and something that hopefully will benefit us in the long run now that they have practice in league.
Absolutely, and one of the things too going forward down the stretch here is every time you get experience in a close game, that's a big experience you can't simulate. I'd made the comment that a lot of the girls on Valhalla's varsity in another time might have played JV just because of their inexperience, but Valhalla really has no choice but to play them. But the nice thing about playing them, especially if you can win, you're going to build some invaluable experience. We're now going to be under 50 seconds left to go as Cunningham breaks the timeline. Both teams in double bonuses, so any foul is going to send people to the line. Cunningham desperately wants to drive. Good defense by Kalasho. That's a kick out for 3. That's no good. Charles is going to battle for that ball inside, and she has it. Kalasho has the ball, and I'll tell you what, Valhalla does not need to press here. They don't need to come down. They can be a little patient. The shot clock is still on. There's about 4 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Valhalla's got timeouts left they can use if they do get in trouble. We're just about to 10 seconds on the game clock. There's exactly about 4.5 seconds left to go between game clock. Helix 4, 3, 2. They're going to have to get a shot off, and they're not going to get a shot off. There's no shot off. Silver did try to get that ball off, so 3.8. There's 3.8 seconds left to go, and we're going to get a timeout here. Helix will have a possession. So 40-39 is the score. 3.8 seconds left to go in the game. Helix literally has led almost 98% of the second half. In fact, they led by as much as 7 points at one time, and Valhalla stayed patient. They missed a ton of baskets, yet they found a way to chip away at this. Very patient. Good job by Coach LaSalle tonight. They keep this team in, because sometimes when you get down by 7, next thing you know, you're down by 17 with a young team because they feel like they don't have a chance. But for whatever reason, Valhalla stuck with it tonight. 3.8 seconds left, though. Anything can happen. A foul anywhere on this court is going to send Helix to the line, and obviously that's not good. But they can shoot threes. They can do about anything. But 3.8 seconds. Really, Valhalla-wise, you might want to put a little pressure on, but you don't want to foul. You just don't want to make it easy. Helix has got to cover the entire court in 3.8 seconds. Obviously, one dribble is about a half a second. So you do the math. Three-quarter court, 3.8 seconds. Worst thing you could do is foul. Even worse you could do is foul some sort of desperation dream shot. And I'm sure that's what Coach LaSalle told his players.
Definitely.
Be there in their face, but don't touch it. And Valhalla's going to win this basketball game if they're just able to hold on to this ball. I mean, all Helix had to do was foul there, but they don't foul there, and Helix is going to fall in their Grossmont Hills final. Grossmont Hills opener. Valhalla's going to win, and obviously Helix is predicted to finish 4th. Valhalla is predicted to finish 5th, so we're going to count this as an upset. Great win for Coach LaSalle in his first year in this matchup against Helix, which is perennially one of the better teams in the Grossmont League. So nice home win, nice home upset for Valhalla. We're going to talk some stats here as soon as our stat people come over. All right, we're back after that exciting finish. Just talk a lot about stats, and I don't know for those of you at home how many Valhalla girls basketball games you've watched over the years, but victories over Helix have been extremely rare, and so definitely impressive win by Valhalla. Excellent job. Just to talk a little bit about it, we're going to talk to our good friend, our good contributor to Valhalla Orange Nation TV is Abigail. Abigail Metch, what do you got for us tonight? We'll turn your mic on. So
it was a great game against Helix tonight. We came out with a win. In the first 2 quarters, Mary Charles from our team scored so many points. Coming out as a freshman, very impressive game. Leading the 3rd and 4th quarter, Shyla came out with a great ending to the game and came out on top.
All right, so like you said, great contributions by so many people here tonight. Mary Charles had a great first half. She just had 2 points in the second half, but she finished with 18 points tonight. But Krieger Phillip was the difference maker in the second half. She had 2 points in the first half, but she followed that up with 9 points in the second half. Outstanding second half contribution to her. Candace Colascio added 3 for the second half to bring her total to 5. For Helix, Chanel Ward was there, Layla Cunningham was their leading scorer. She was able to pull 13 points down for the Lady Highlanders tonight. And, really just a great finish for Valhalla. Anything else you want to add in terms of rebounds or any other stats that you may have?
There's a lot of fouls tonight.
Absolutely, a ton of fouls tonight. Anything else that you want to add to that?
Nope, just a good game, and let's hope that the boys come out with a win too.
Absolutely, it would be quite an amazing feat if we could, here at Valhalla, could find a way to beat Helix in both games tonight. That would be something that probably hasn't been done in quite some time. So we hope you stay tuned. We're going to shut this production off, and we'll be back here live in about 4 to 5 minutes for the boys game. For Orange Nation TV, this is John Owens.